We are in the final act. I don't think we're finishing the game tonight, that's for sure, because we are still in the middle of doing our final activities, so to say. I think I'm almost done with it, but yeah, we're still doing our final activities before we head off to destroy those final couple things in the sky. And I did rearrange everybody's orbits one last time, so it's a little bit better. But yeah, anyways, let's just get right into it. So where was I? So, where I left off, I just finished like a quest with like Crow and like some other dudes. So now I'm just gonna head over to El Sante. And there should be a quest over here. Even if it is Diana, this is concerning. Yes, she should have called if she was going to be delayed getting back, especially thinking of where she went. Exactly. Diana, she's the owner of the shop here, I believe. Excuse me, is there a problem or something? Hey guys, it's the students that helped us out so many times before. It might not be bad to mention this to them since they're here. I think you're right. We don't want to bother you, but could we ask for some advice? Do you have a few minutes? Yes, by all means. What's going on? It looks like the owner's out. So I'm thinking you want us to help out with her. That's exactly right. The owner of the shop, Diana, headed to Crossbell 2 days ago. She was supposed to get back yesterday, but she never made it and she didn't contact anyone either. But we've been thinking about it and we think we might have a clue. Clue? Well, she said she went to Crossbell to buy some Armorica honey, but actually she most likely went to check in on her family that's still there. Yes, family in Crossbell? Yes, we don't know the details actually, but it seems her daughter and father both live in Crossbell still, and Diana herself is originally from Crossbell too. But the maternal side of her family was a noble family in Lemaire province, so using that she came to the Empire. I see. The reason she relocated seems to be because of her divorce 10 years ago. She left her 10-year-old daughter there and moved here, but she's been sad about it ever since. 8 years ago, she started this shop and contributed to the revitalization of Belzante. And since we don't have any other relatives, she hired us as live-in employees. We wonder if she's doing all of that thinking she needs to atone for her sins. So we were wondering if that might be part of the reason she hasn't returned from Crossbell yet. You see. But her family is from a noble house in Lemaire. Where have I heard about that recently? I wonder if she could be... In any case, it's definitely concerning that she hasn't contacted you yet. By the way, do you know where she was planning to actually buy the Armorica honey from? Yes, from Tully's General Store, which is on Crossbell's West Street. Got it. Maybe we should head there to check then. Sorry to ask for that, but thanks a lot. Diana went to Crossbell City then. It'd probably be good to have Yuna and Randy with me if we're heading to Tully's General Store. Okay, so... guess I gotta pick up Randy. In you go. We have Yuna and Randy with us now, and they know Crossbell pretty well. Should we ask about Diana? Asking about Diana will start a quest, and you won't be able to travel freely for a while. Yuna, Randy, and Reen will participate in battle. Sure. Excuse us, can we ask you something? Elsa, is now a good time? Oh, it's Yuna and the Thor's members. Sure, ask away. Thank you. Did you happen to see a person by the name of Diana here recently? It sounds like she's missing, so we were hoping you might have some clues. Yes, actually, Diana did come here to buy some honey yesterday. I hadn't seen her for 10 years, though. I was so surprised she's as beautiful now as she was then. Oh, so you knew Diana from before? Yes, she was always shopping here long ago. But her daughter does really look like her. I wonder if she was contacted by her divorced husband who returned to the Republic. So it's definitely true. Yes, Diana must be Ellie's mother. Oh, of course. I thought this all felt familiar, but it's still surprising. By the way, Elsa, do you know where Diana would have gone to after she left here? Well, there was that big fortress that appeared over the Empire's mainland, right? The news reached here just as she was in the shop. As soon as she heard about that, she left the shop right away to contact Milsante. I see. But the kids in Milsante said they didn't hear from her at all. This doesn't seem like a case. But it's definitely a case. Ryu, Henry, and Momo too. Did you hear what we were saying? Sorry about that, but we're the junior SSS, so of course we were worried about it. You're the junior special support section, so do you know something? You said it's definitely a case. Momo, give them the details. Right. Actually, yesterday I noticed that Diana dropped her hair tie in the store. I went to follow her so I could give it back right away, but when I went around the corner, she disappeared. What? Actually, yesterday I noticed that Diana dropped her hair tie. Wait, so you didn't just lose sight of her? Well, we all went and inspected the area, and there really was no blind spot there at all. That's right, so thinking that way, what Momo saw was Diana being spirited away. Spirited away? No way. Actually, things have been disappearing from around here quite often lately. And then yesterday, 3 other people disappeared in addition to Diana. No way. I see. Have you guys been investigating well? You guys have been investigating well. But I think you should hand this over to the experts now. No fair, Randy. Hey, Ryu, now's not the time to argue. That's right. We're going to get them to help. They'd be perfect. Right, let's call Lloyd and the others right away. And so Reen asked Randy to call Lloyd's team. The other members went back to the cages to wait on standby, and they arranged to meet everyone in the SSS building. I see. I think we get the situation. No way. Mother. She came here just to see me? Ellie. Your mother, Ellie. So that hair tie she dropped. Yes, it's one I used when I was little. She came all the way to Crossball to give it back then. But then you were keeping in touch with her by letter? Yes, and with my father as well. He was pretty worried about everything that was happening, so he contacted me from where he is. Sorry to bother you with all of this, Reen. No, I sympathize with you here. But the situation is worse than we thought. Right, did you contact your other supporters too? Yes, we relayed Ryu's team information to Grace and Yona already. A whole day has passed since 4 people in total have been spirited away. But we can't rush this. We need to take the investigation one step at a time. Exactly. Perhaps we should check in with the ones who reported the other 3 missing people first? Yes, you're right. One of them was Pluna in the central square. Her friend Lena Lee witnessed it. The second one was from Marin, from East Street, one of my friends. Her brother Roy witnessed it. And the last one is Sandra from the entertainment district, a regular customer of the Jazz Bar Gallant. The shop owner Eric was the witness there. I see. Well then, let's go get going to ask around. Yes, Reen and Yuna, please lend us your help. Of course, you don't even have to ask. Alright then, kids, please hold down the fort. Yes, and we'd like you to be here to relay any other communications to us. Your mission is also essential. We're really counting on you. Got it. Then we're on it. Leave it to us. Guys, please be careful. For this investigation, you can only travel to Central Square East Street Entertainment District. Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, and Kia joined the party. Sweet. So, let me put all the SSS crew in here. Oh yes. I think it's only fitting that I finally put this back on, not that, put this back on Randy. There you go. There we go.
行きます。やったわ。行くぞ。ええ。
You're Lena Lee, right? We wanted to ask you about your friend Pluna who went missing. Really? You're the SSS, right? I'll tell you everything I know. Well, actually... Spirited away, isn't that scary? But there's no other way to think of it. Can you give us some details about what happened when Pluna disappeared? Well, yesterday Pluna and I were talking here in the morning. At one point, Pluna shouted out, "I just heard Arios' voice." Arios' voice? But Arios shouldn't be in Crossbell right now. Yeah, he's not. Really? But Pluna was so sure she heard Arios by the station. She left to go after him, so I started following behind her. We made it to the station and she went down the stairs on the right, and then she disappeared all of a sudden. I really have no idea what happened. Stairs on the right of the station street. Wasn't that one of the ways into the Geofront? Yes, you're exactly right. I was worried that she might have fallen off the track, so I asked the station personnel, but we couldn't find any sign of her at all. Well, we'll definitely find her for you. Yeah, you're the SSS after all. I think back alley was this direction. Over here. Oh, it's the SSS members. You must be here to ask about Sandra then? Of course you'd know. Actually, we're in a bit of a situation now. They asked Eric for any information. I see, spirited away. To think that there are other victims like Sandra too. So, would you mind giving us some of the details? Well, Sandra was here yesterday until morning like usual. When she left to head home yesterday, then she forgot her bag here. When I went out after her to give it back, she was going the opposite direction of her normal way home. I caught a glimpse of her heading out into Central Square. The opposite direction? Yeah, and thinking that was odd, I followed her. Then she went around the corner and I suddenly lost sight of her. Just like we thought. Just like with your mom, Ellie. By the way, did anything else out of the ordinary happen? Well, she had been lamenting that recently some of her regular customers were snatched away by a business rival. She said that she was contacted by some of these former regular customers recently. It may be the case that she went to meet one of those customers instead of returning home. Let's see. So I was doing what I could to find any information on the net, but right now both the government and the Heiue are so occupied by the war that I wasn't able to find anything. So no one will be able to solve this case but you guys. So please find Sandra for us. Yes, leave it to us. What do you sell? A recipe. Cop, long time no see. We'll be looking after Mimi, right? What a good kitty. Something like I'm part of SSS too, so of course I would. Remember this cat looking for the little girl here during our training? I heard about that, so that was Cop then. That was when Mimi went missing looking for the SSS, and Cop was looking everywhere for everyone too. Definitely part of the SSS. Oh, it's Lloyd, and Ellie and Tio and Kia and Randy. Long time no see. No Noel or Wazi, but... Oh? Mimi, you must be so happy to see the SSS together again after waiting for them for so long. There's nothing to worry about anymore. Once we succeed in our fight today, we'll be together as the SSS from now on, I think. And if that happens, there's a chance that we can all be together in that building again. Really? Of course, we'll definitely try. I see. Alright, then I'll keep supporting you guys. And I'll support you too, pink-haired girl and white-haired guy. Thanks, Mimi. Now in East Street. Marin, where in the world did you go? It's Roy, Marin's big bro. We're actually helping to search for Marin now. Oh, it's SSS. Would you mind giving us some details? Spirited away, but yeah, it did really feel like that happened. It did really feel like that when she disappeared. Yesterday morning, I saw Marin playing outside as usual, so I went out to call out to her. She was muttering something to herself. I went to stop her as she started heading towards Central Square. But when she went around the corner, she suddenly disappeared, like we thought. But she was muttering to herself? Was there no one else with her? Yeah, she was talking pretty loudly too, so I was surprised. It was as if she was talking to someone she's really close to, like she was talking to me or our grandmother Moles. But grandmother and father weren't even outside, so it was like she was talking to her family. Did anything else strange happen lately? Well, actually, it sounds like she lost the brooch I gave her two weeks ago. She was really in a state of panic about that and kept searching for it everywhere. So that happened too. Well, I think we get the picture. Thank you for your help with the investigation. We'll definitely find Marin for you. But no need to worry. Thank you guys so much. Alright, that should wrap up our information gathering then. So we'll need to deduce the location of the victims and the culprit. Alright, so how about we start with the movement of the victims? So, when did the 4 victims disappear? All 4 cases share this in common. One second. The time was yesterday morning, so 1 full day ago. Exactly. I'm worried about the victim's strength after all this time anyway. Next, about the way the witness lost sight of their victims. And again, this was the same for all 4. In all cases, it was right after they went around the corner. The witnesses always lost sight of them when they followed after them, and no one saw the exact moment that they disappeared. If this were the act of some person, they would have to be terribly slick. Thus, it's being referred to as spirited away. Right, which is incredibly ambiguous. Let's discuss the way the victims were headed when they disappeared. These are all according to their own intentions, it seems. Mother came to Crossbell worried about me, and Marin was frantically looking for the brooch that her brother gave her. Right, while she was sort of mumbling to herself as if she were talking to her family, almost as if she heard her family calling to her. Right, if she was being told that they had found the brooch, she would have obviously head for those voices. I see. So the voices are the key to this mystery. That's right. Pluna was reacting as if she had heard Arios' voice, and Sandra was heading towards one of her former customers. So if Mother was heading towards the sound of my voice somehow, I think that's very likely the connection. Well, the regular customer that Sandra was going to see aside, in every case, the voices that we're hearing were not possible for them to actually be hearing. given the circumstances. Given that, it should give us a hint about the culprit's identity. We can assume that the culprit behind this case is some kind of supernatural entity. Right, that's the only conclusion. I mean, it could be possible that they were playing back voices on an Arcus unit, but even still, we don't know what the bad guys are really after still. Right, so we can assume that the culprit is some kind of evil spirit, or rather a type of demon, maybe some kind of creature that is able to use human speech to lure its prey. Right, so we need to determine where they were taken. 3 of them were headed to the center square, only 1 of them was headed in a different direction. That must mean... the place that Pluna was headed, that was a dead end. So Station Street is the most suspicious. That's right, we can assume that all of the others who were headed for Central Square may have gone in that directions after. Right, I think that may be it. But really, you two are good at figuring this stuff out too, Rin and Yuna. That's right, I think you'd make fine investigators already. The perception ability of the 8 leaves, was it? It's really impressive. Well, no, we were only able to get to this conclusion because you guys opened the path. But you've definitely learned from Rin, haven't you, Jubo? I didn't too much. But Lloyd, didn't you know all this from the start? It's important to step to the logic to confirm any theory. Alright then, let's get prepared and head to the Geofront entrance on Station Street. Right, we should report into Grace and Yona as well. So the team relayed their findings to Grace and Yona and received additional information. And further deduction, it was determined to be very likely that the victims were in Geofront F block. Oh. One second. Oops.
Yes.
Okay. Who's even in my team? Oh, okay. It seems that it's unlocked, so the victims are probably inside after all. The military's vigilance is lax at the moment, so we should slip in as soon as we can. This must be the bridge from the girl on East Street. That's definitely what Marin dropped. Oh, it's this again. What is this? It's totally red. It's presence. I believe it's what's called the spirit world. So after Hamill came Crossbell, it seems that the incident really is caused by something supernatural then. Right. And it seems we really had better get a move on. Everyone, I'm counting on your support. Rin and Yuna, you as well. Right. This is fun.
Yes. Hey, go. Murata. Murata. Oyo. Ora. Ha. Soko da. Ikuzo.
I should probably save. Man, the SSS is really slow. My god, they're actually really slow. All in the 130s, while Irina and Yuna are in like 160, 150 range. Good boy, this tanky.
Oh, yo.
行きます。
行くぞ。
Let's see.
一気に攻めましょう。
おお。
任せて。
燃えろ。猛攻勢。グレ。
ええ。行くわよ。食らいなさい。かっ。崩れたわ。
そこだ。
行くぜ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾン
行きます。えい。行きます。
よし。やっと。よし。もう大丈夫だ。
お疲れ様。
Wait. Oh, he's using this. Okay, sure, why not?
私の番ね。一気に攻めましょう。
ゼロブレイカ
行くぜ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾン
ええ。はあ。はい。行きます。はあ。チャンスです。
もらった。
えい。ふう。なんとかなったわね。
Oh, hey Kickers, what's up, dude?
いつでも行けるわ。
Oh, hi.
手強いぞ。気をつけろ。
酒ラウンドウォリアー。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンチャンスだ。
続きます。私の番です。アークス駆動。
行くぞ。行くぞ。おお。はあ。今だ。
もらった。私の番ね。
Tired and then it's been acting up. Oh, that sucks, man. I think last week, I think my internet was like down for like an entire day, and it really sucked. I couldn't do anything other than like play some random ass games that I had downloaded.
時の結界よ。砕けて。
I ended up having to call my ISP to fix it because I couldn't fix it on my own.
よし燃えろ猛攻勢グレ俺の番だなおおはあ
俺の番だな。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンゲイルチャンスだ。ここだ気をつけ。
オッケーです。よし行きます。あとはお任せします。
任せろ行くぞくらえ鬼ハヤテはあ今だもらったとどめだお疲れ様です。
Hey,
Oh,
well done, baby. Let's
ゲーム
go.
もお疲れさん。
せいは
宝箱ね。
What this? Oh.
上げていこうぜ。
Messed up.
頑張って。
ありがとう
Thanks.
私の番です。元気出してこ。プレジャースマイル。私の番です。デミガンナー起動。アブソリュートゼロ。チャンスです。皆さんお願いします。ええ。
了解だ
これも皆さんのおかげですね。
Oh, sorry, I cut you off, Kia. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Oh. Well, I'm going in this with no BP, but I think I can manage. That must be Sandra, the one who went missing on her way home from the jazz bar. And that thing is stealing her life force. Monster, get away from her! The hell are you?
始めましょうか。
俺の番だ
Okay,
な
looks like this thing is actually really weak.
よしおおはあ
おうよ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンゲイル
任せて。行くわよ。食らいなさい。はっ今よ。続きます。
Oh, she has delay in her skills? Wow.
行きます。はあ。ステー
That
タ
wasn't
ス
difficult.
オールグリーンです。
Alright, we took out the demon at least. Ellie, how is she now? Well, after some light first aid, and she's calmed down at least, but there's no sign of her waking up. Why don't you come to the store? ... She's muttering to herself in her sleep like this, and her body is reacting at least. It's almost like she's trapped in a dream, in other words. Yeah, that's how her expression looks anyway. I'm sure her consciousness is still intact. I wonder if her soul is being locked away by the culprits. Right, I can sense the presence of that culprit too. Key and Reen, you are both correct, I believe. Ellie, I'm going to place a defense barrier around her if you don't mind. Got it. I can guarantee her safety for now with this. Then we can leave her retrieval to the others and move on to the next one. Right, sounds good. Alright, let's head on.
よし燃えろ猛攻撃グレ行くぞゼロブレイカー崩したもらったええ行くわよ食らいなさい今よそこだ行くぜ
こいつはどうだいクリムゾンゲ
行きます。あとはお任せします。任せて時の結界よ砕けて
よしおおはあ
任せて
おうよあとは頼んだぜ
任せろ前燃えろ猛攻撃グレ俺の番だな食らえ鬼早せはあ今だ
いただき
Wow. Easy.
私の番ねみんな頑張って
ありがとう俺の番だな頼んだ
任せろ
ぜい
チャンスだ
いただ
Hey.
よくやったなユゴ
きランディ先輩こそさすがです
おっと宝箱だ
I see, I see.
やっチャンスだそこだもらった
Another one of these? They're so weak! That's Lena Lee's friend from Pluna. Let's take it out in one shot. Challenge accepted.
とっとと終わらせるぞ
よしよし燃えろ猛攻撃グレよしゼロプレ 任せろ。秘技裏ハヤテ。はあ、今だ。そこだ。
おうよ、こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンケイル。
Really? Thanks, Rainy.
あとはお任せします。任せて。時の展開。
俺の番だな。おお、はあ、マイル秘技裏ハヤテ。はあ、よし、これで大丈夫だ。
And that should do it. Arios. Oh right, she was a huge fan of Arios now that I think about it. To prey on a young woman's heart, this is especially cruel. Yeah, we need to punish them. Right, let's hurry on.
Yeah, ha, see.
Lily.
任せた。
行くぞ、ほら。一気に行くぞ。俺の番だな。
元気出してこ。プレジャースマイル。
行くぞ。おお、はあ、今だ。
もらった。任せて。行く。崩れたわ。ライダーお願い。
任せろ。えい、
そこ。
おうよ、こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンケイル。おととい来やがれってな。くらえ。そこだ。
はい。
I feel like I shouldn't waste my time fighting these things at this point. Yeah, I'll at least fight the bigger ones, but even then, they don't really give much. They really don't. Hmm.
元気出してこ。プレジャースマイル。
4 turns is so low.
ぜい、崩れたぜ。
続きます。
俺の番だな。せい、と崩した。
もらった。ええ。みんな頑張って。助かりました。行きます。行きます。はあ、崩れました。
もらった。お返しだ。
俺の番だな。
Wait a second, she just healed?
おととい来やがれ。
Oh, she absorbed it. Did she? Ah. Oh. I see. Well, I'll take it. Which way should I even be going? Let me go this way first. Gotta lead to something good at least if there's a monster, big monster waiting here.
強敵だな。
歯ごたえありそうじゃねえか。
よし燃えろ猛攻勢グレよしおおはあ崩した
もらったええはあ
行くぜ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンケイル崩れたぜ。よっしゃ一気にボコるぞ。
了解です了解よそこ行きます行きますはあチャンスです
もらった
へっ任せて行くわよ食らいなさいはっ今よ
そこだ行くぞ燃えろ猛攻勢グレ行くぞ俺の番だなおおはあ今だ
もらったはいドライブ開始
行くぜ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンケイル崩れたぜ。
続きます
しまいだ。
電子エネルギー充填しまし
Better
た
be good.
宝箱ね
Wait a second. Aha! Definitely gotta change that. Yes, that is definitely getting changed. I guess I can probably switch this to Randy. Okay. Wait a second. Hold on, I didn't check that ladder. Whoops. Sorry, I'm gonna have to wait. It's Marin.
負けられない。よし。よし。燃えろ猛攻勢グレ。俺の番だな。ゼロプレイか。
ええ、みんな頑張って。
ありがとう。
助かりました。
Really?
ダメダメです。
行くぜ。こいつはどうだい。クリムゾンケ
イン。行くぞ。おお。はあ。
さあ始めるわよ。
ありがとう。
助かりました。
No.
さて始めるとするか。くらいベルゼルガー。悪いな往生しろや。おととい来やがれってな。
Brother, I'm so sorry. Marin, she's reacting because we have the brooch. Even a small girl like this got involved. I just noticed all of the victims are women, aren't they? I'm sure that has something to do with the culprits. I believe we're getting close to the end. Ellie, you okay? No problem. Let's head to the end right away.
やっ。もらった。もらった。
任せて。
おくらえ。
はい。
おお、お宝じゃねえか。
Oh. Wait a second.
俺の番だな。ヘイホー。
私の番ね。
Well, looks like I am getting to the end with no CP for anybody, but it's okay. That's not a big deal. Oh boy. So this must be the culprit behind this case. This is an enemy spirit that is intruding from a higher dimension. We fought them in the great tree in the fort. Written in the scriptures, the underlings of the 77 pillars. Arios and Risha mentioned that they had come across them several times, and this must be here due to an effect of the twilight. But where's your mom, Ellie? Behind it! It doesn't look like it wants to hand her over quietly. It's feeding on the feelings of regret from each woman. How awful. Mother, wait for us. We'll come save you right away.
行くぞ特務支援課必ずやエリーのお母さんを解放する
Let's go SSS. We'll definitely release Ellie's mom.
合点承知だぜ
You can count on me. We need to return the souls to the other ladies too.
黄昏のどさくさに紛れた最悪の盗人
This villain is taking advantage of the confusion caused by the twilight. Let's take it out.
ユーナにリーンもお願い
We're counting on you, Yuna Reen.
もちろん教官行きましょう
あああらゆる手段を使って
Right, we'll use whatever means we have to back you up.
手強いぞ気をつけろ
お返しよ頑張って
ありがとう
任せては
Ow!
お返しだ
I'll try and live this up to the SSS crew as much as I can. I'll try and avoid using Reen and Yuna as best I can, but no guarantees.
甘いけどチャンスだ
続きます
させない行くぞ俺の番だな強行突破だレイジングハンマー行くぞゼロブレイカー崩した
もらった
おうよこいつはどうだいクリムゾンゲイルチャンスだよっしゃ一気にボコるぞ
了解です了解よはい ドライブ開始任せてアークス駆動それ
Oh, nice. Convenient.
えい私の番ねアークス駆動
行くぞ俺の番だなゼロブレイカ
行きますアークス駆動やっ
行くぜ
Excellent.
こいつはどうだいクリムゾンゲイル
それ
Oh, frozen again. Oh, baby.
はーえい
And get a heal.
行くぞ燃えろ猛攻陣グレー俺の番だなおおはあ
私の番です行きますはあ崩れました
もらった
任せて行くわよ食らいなさい
Really?
おうよ さて始めるとするか。
Alright, maybe I should not waste too much time here.
悪いな。往生しろや。
Time to get serious.
俺の番だな。ゼロブレイカー。崩した。
もらった。行きます。あとはお任せします。
任せろ。マイル、燃えろ。猛攻勢、グレー。行くぞ。くらえ、鬼早手。はあ、今だ。もらった。
私の番ね。代わってちょうだい。任せて。時の結界よ、砕けて。
行くぜ。チャンスだ。スピアリ、俺の番だな。俺の番だな。燃えろ。猛攻勢、グレー。行くぞ。せい、はっ、今だ。
いただき。
俺の番だな。
Oh. You know what? There it is.
Miんな大丈夫か。
Mother, snap to it, Mother! Ellie? Thank goodness you're back with us. Ellie, it's really you? I must still be dreaming. It's not a dream. It's not a dream at all. Right, your hands are warm. You really got so big and so beautiful. What a nice warm feeling. It's been 10 years since they met in person. Somehow, I'm gonna cry too. It's really great. Thank goodness, really. And so the demon that was the root of the cause behind this incident was dispatched. All of the other victims were rescued by their friends. Nurse Cecil and from Ursula Hospital paid a visit to each of them to check up just in case. Reed and Yuna, you really helped us. To think you'd do all this out of concern for me. And thanks to you, I was able to meet my daughter. I really have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. No, we're just glad you seem to have regained your strength. And of course, the only ones who really helped the most were the SSS. This is all thanks to you guys, Rin and Yuna. Well, it seems we're always just helping each other out though, doesn't it? It does. I think we can say that everyone did their best this time. Absolutely. The SSS stores, and who could forget the junior SSS? You guys really did really great, Ryu, Henry, and Momo. There's no way we could have resolved this so quickly without you guys. Well, of course. Just happy to hear that. I'm so honored. In any case, after this, we'll be able to back you guys up without any issue. Let's struggle hard and get over this barrier together. Right. Thanks a lot. We'll be counting on you. And I'll be joining you guys soon.